Good morning, guys. It's Liz Barnett, fitness and food coach here. I don't know if you just caught, oh, wait. So this is my backyard, and I just came outside for today's Periscope. You might hear the birds, and I'm not sure if you saw the deer that were just passing through. So kind of appropriate. Today's Periscope is a short one, as all this month has. I'm doing this challenge called the Take 5 Challenge, just 5 minutes a day to get you guys moving, using your body and not being so stagnant. December for a lot of people is a really busy month between the holidays and the end of the year, and just, for a lot of us, the weather gets colder, although it's actually warm enough still for me to be outside without a jacket. So, I wanted to make sure that this month you felt supported and found ways to move daily. So Monday to Friday, I've been posting, hi, good morning, these little 5-minute videos. And some of them have been actual mini workouts. Some of them have just been stretches. This last week of the challenge, I'm really trying to prepare you to feel empowered to start January off with a bang, right? Throughout the month, I've been kind of mentioning that working out doesn't have to be this all-encompassing, all-consuming thing that takes, an hour a day every day. Good morning if you're just joining. My name's Liz Barnett. I'm a fitness and food coach based in New York City, although I'm clearly not in New York City right now. This is northern New Jersey where I live. And I listened to a really interesting podcast this weekend. That's the topic of today's post. But before I get to that, as I mentioned, I've been doing these daily good morning 5-minute videos Monday to Friday, almost daily. I was sick there for a little bit. Took the day off for Christmas too, to kind of give you guys some ideas just to incorporate more movement into your daily lives. And I apologize if you're speaking in a language other than English. I probably won't understand it. So I'm here in my backyard. I'm doing well. I'm actually in my backyard. I'm getting ready to head in the city to teach classes today. But beforehand, I wanted to share some information. I'm from northern New Jersey, although I teach mostly in Manhattan. So before I get to that information, just again, kind of explaining why I've been doing this to get you guys ready for January and resolutions and all that good stuff. Also because in January, I'm going to be launching a brand new program. It's a distance coaching program, which means you don't have to be where I am. You don't have to be in New Jersey or New York. My name's Liz. So this program, I've done programs before about specific ways to approach dieting or fitness. This is actually a little different. This is a habits and willpower program. The thing is, any diet or workout program or anything, depending on what your goal is, has the potential to work if you do it. So why is it that most people drop their resolutions? Hi, Brooklyn. Good morning. Come visit in New York City. I teach at Uplift and SLT. If you're a girl, you can come to Uplift. If not, you can't. It's women's only. But why is it that we lose our resolutions or our motivation for our resolutions by, February? That's generally because you're not seeing results. And the way to get results is to kind of clean up your habits. The things you do every day, the small things. Good morning, Detroit. It's probably really cold there, right? I heard you guys are getting ice in Michigan. The things you do every day add up to the biggest results, right? So, for example, yesterday I came back. I was in Massachusetts for the holiday weekend, and I was really, just exhausted, and I was planning to come and do a hot yoga class, but I just didn't really want to. So I am maybe one of the only fitness and food coaches, stay warm, that will say if, you really, really don't feel like working out. Now, if this is an everyday thing, I'm not going to, recommend this. But yesterday I was really tired. My body just needed to rest. So instead of doing a workout, I went for a long walk outside in the woods. I have a reservoir actually on the other side of, on the other side of our development. So good morning, welcome, or good morning from my end. So I actually walked to the supermarket and took a path through the reservoir and did my food shopping for the week, and I did my meal prep and all that. So that's why today we're working outside. And any of you guys that are saying nasty shit, you can just sign off right now. I'm not really interested, and I'm sure nobody else is either. I think we all want to learn something this morning. So it's kind of mentioning that I skipped an official workout yesterday in lieu of going for a walk in the woods, and that's because this weekend I heard a really interesting podcast. Before I forget, as I was mentioning before, I was getting a little distracted by the nasty shit that some of you guys are saying. I hope you don't speak to your mothers with those voices. But anyway, the 6-week coaching program that I'm doing in January is launching just January 10th. All the information's on my website, lizbarnett.com. If you go under services. Oh, I have to learn how to do that. I don't know how to do that. Thank you who just told me to block them. I appreciate that. I'll have to look into that. So the program is 6 weeks long. It's $300 US. Good morning if you're just joining. And I do have to sign off quick in a minute or so because I have to go. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Spockster. I'm totally going to take that. Oh, thank you. See, I learn something new every day. So I'm going to press on that person's name and block. Oh, awesome. That's fantastic. Oh, that just made my day. I'm doing this program. It's $300 US over the course of 6 weeks. All the details are on my website. I don't really want you. Thank you, Spockster. You just totally rocked out my Monday. I don't want to bore you with all the details here, but I'm really excited about it. All the details are there. But if you've been watching along and keeping track, I've been giving you a secret code word every day for this Take 5 challenge. So if you've been keeping track of the code words, you actually have the ability to join this program for free. So that's the relevance. So if you're interested in the program, go to lizbarnett.com/services, and there's a drop down under there for the 6-week program, and you'll learn all the details. If you haven't been following along, but you want to, I appreciate it. If you want to participate, then you can actually watch all these old Periscopes. I've been posting them on YouTube. Liz Barnett, fitness and nutrition coach. There's a playlist called the Take 5 Challenge. You can watch all the previous YouTubes. I actually made sure last night they were in the correct order so that you can find out all the code words and, again, hopefully learn something if you haven't been following along. So today's code word is the word and. So I'm not in the forest. Now getting back to today's Periscope. Okay, this is actually my backyard. It's looking a little sparse because it is December, although there's no snow. And I was mentioning earlier that I went for a long walk yesterday in lieu of kind of a hardcore workout. Welcome from the Netherlands. I've never been there. I'd love to go. I was listening to a podcast this weekend. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dave Asprey. He's kind of popular here in the States. He's what you call a biohacker. In other words, he's trying to find the best way to kind of make yourself the most optimal. So some of the stuff he does is a little bit controversial, but he has this really great podcast where he interviews all these different people of different backgrounds. Welcome from Brazil. So he interviewed this guy who's a trainer, and he talked about forest bathing. Now, it sounds a little bit weird, right? The gist of it is just being as much as you can outside in nature. It went into a lot of different, details, and you can listen to it if you want. But the idea is that when you're in nature, specifically forests, because the the plants kind of, they give off their version of pheromones, which are actually very calming. Pheromones are like the scent that kind of hormones, put out there. So if you have someone that you kind of care about, their pheromones kind of can be attractive to you, right? So plants do the same thing. So my point today was, or my post today is, if you're going to work out, fantastic. If you have allergies, that might be a problem. I'm sorry. And I apologize if I'm speaking quickly, but I do have to head out soon. So those of you who are not English speakers, you can rewind this. And I think you can actually slow it down. Thank you. I appreciate it, Spockster. Take care. So my point is, get outside, whether that means going for a walk. I'm really fortunate that I have, the outdoors here. But if you're in the city, if there's a park you can spend some time in. Actually, this is not really workout specific, but I just thought it was so interesting. I wanted to share it, that you can kind of hack it by doing things like, using essential oils like fir and pine, different kind of tree oils, cypress, that sort of stuff. You can have the same effects, and it's shown to be both very calming and energizing. But so giving you kind of, actually don't go to a gym right now. I used to be a manager at Equinox, but I work at a couple studios, so I train at those studios sometimes, and I work out outside. So actually inside I have a whole bunch of tools. I have kettlebells and weights and bands and all these fun things, and I've been I'm not excited about the potential global warming aspect, but I am excited that I've been able to work out a little bit more. So kind of I don't know if you guys can see, hold on one sec. I have sort of this long strip of grass and over there, and I realize not everyone has access to that, but you do what you can, right? So my encouragement to you is, if you're feeling a little unmotivated, if you don't feel like going to the gym or doing an official workout, so that's when things change, when it's freezing rain, right? So maybe some of us can't do this all the time, but the times that you can, try to head outside. And if you can't head outside, how can you recreate that? I forget the percentages that they say, but stress and cortisol levels drop a ton when you're outside. Even doing things like a picture of a forest or a picture of an outdoor space, or maybe if you're wherever you're from, right? So where you're from, maybe if it's a little bit more, like in California, some of it tends to be a little bit more drier. They said kind of like the outdoors that you're awesome, the outdoors that you're comfortable with, or that kind of make you feel like home. Try that. So this is my home. This makes me feel comfortable. I feel awesome when I go for a walk outside. Thank you for all the safety tips. These are true. I'm just trying to kind of keep this onto the one point that if you have the opportunity to be outside more, whether that means for a walk or like an official workout. Sometimes when I'll go for a run, again, I have this awesome reservoir, so there's places I can stop and drop and do some push-ups and stuff like that. You know, be creative. You don't have to be confined to the four walls of the gym. So today, actually, as soon as I head out, I have to unfortunately run to a train to take the train to New York City to teach. So that's why I wanted to make sure I had at least a few minutes outside this morning. So my New Year's resolutions are actually more, thank you so much, guys, are helping my clients and people who could potentially be my clients. And there's no cougars, just a lot of deer. We do have wild turkeys too. Helping people, myself too, realize that, you know, when you have a goal, it's about progress, not perfection, right? Every little step that you take can add up to big results, and that it's about what you do the most consistently, right? So if over the weekend you celebrated, here it's about 8:13, so I gotta tune out in a second. If you've kind of indulged over the holiday weekend, that's not the be all and end all. So it's about the little things you do every day. So you can get back on track today. Do something good for your body. So today wasn't so much of a specific workout tool or workout advice, but again, I just recommend you to get outside and move if you can. And if you can't, you just put up a picture of a forest and kind of stare at it. What I've done actually is I've done a lot of traveling this last year, I'm really grateful for. So I have pictures of the outdoors of everywhere from Vancouver to Colorado to California. And I kind of made a nice big kind of collage, and so that's my inspiration for the days I don't get to go outside. So I encourage you to do something else like that, and if you can move outside in the fresh air, go for it. Those of you who are saying bear, that's very funny. All right, I gotta head to work, guys. Just one more little peek. Again, not as lush as it might be in the summer, but still good enough for me. If you have any questions and you want to tune into my website, it's lizbarnett.com. I have a weekly newsletter that goes out today. Yeah, my back starts to hurt a little bit too when it's cold. So the more you can kind of just move and stretch and just be kind to yourself, the better. So lizbarnett.com, that's B-A-R-N-E-T. Same thing as my Periscope. My information about my 6-week program is on there under services. And I also have a newsletter. So if you want to sign up, you can email me at liz@lizbarnett.com if you can't find it on the website. Oh, I think I just heard a deer. Okay, guys, tuning out. Have a great weekend, or week rather. Take care. Bye-bye.